Welcome back into Studio 10, and every Friday we always leave you guys with plenty of weekend events, and one in particular involves hip-hop and breaking. So I'm sitting next to someone who is no stranger to Studio 10, Ozay Moore. Welcome back into the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me back.
Awesome, good. And you know, last time we spoke to you, you were rapping, you were singing, but this time we are dancing because this weekend is Cap City Breaking Jam.
Yeah.
But before we talk about that, your nonprofit, All of the Above Hip Hop, is who's responsible for putting this all together.
Yeah.
But tell me first, what's the mission of All the Above Hip Hop?
The mission, you know, just to center hip hop culture. So we don't celebrate hip hop like a genre of music. We know that it's a genre also, but it's a culture first and foremost that represents people and communities. And at the core of the culture is community. So we are an organization that fosters healthy community through hip hop culture by mentoring youth, supporting artistic expression, and serving our community as a hip hop cultural resource through events, workshops, etc. So
that's wonderful, and I never thought about it that way. I always think of hip hop as the music or the people who are a part of it, but not as a culture, and I love that.
Indeed.
All right, and like you said, you guys host workshops and classes all throughout the year. But tell me, how are those classes structured? Who's a part of it? Tell me how that goes.
Yeah, so you'll see a couple folks who run our breaking classes today, also part of 99 Styles crew. But at the core of it is all authenticity, right? So we work with local breakers who are crew also, because that's a part of it. But they teach classes. They're all free classes to young people in our community, completely barrier free, but they're learning, you know, self-advocacy. They're learning, you know, confidence while learning the moves and the culture and the history of hip hop culture. So it's a little bit of all of that. It's all the above, no pun intended. Really true, because it's community building, it's cultural preservation, it's upward and forward mobility of the culture, and really investing into the hard and soft skills of young people here in our community. And
like you talk about the youth, so what's been their response after they've taken the class?
Oh, we see, like, you talk to some of the parents and it's night and day differences, right? Where they're like, I've seen my student do better in school. I've seen my student be a little bit more confident. Like, this student didn't, or my young person didn't speak in public or was scared to, like, be open in front of folks. And we've just seen a night and day switch in this young person being more confident in their voice and in what they have to offer the world. You know, so we feel pretty proud about that. You know, give a space to express yourself and be affirmed in the process of doing that, and then seeing the magic happen out in society, in public, in school, and at home. So
that's wonderful. So you're not just teaching them about hip hop, but you're teaching them life skills that they need to know. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Now, hip hop is celebrating 50 years, but you yourself have played a part in passing this down with All the Above Hip Hop, with that education and arts advocacy. So why, again, was that important, but more importantly, to do that here in Lansing?
You know, I'm a transplant from Seattle, Washington, and I grew up in a really culturally diverse hip-hop community. It's afforded me opportunities to travel all over the world and see hip-hop firsthand in different languages and communities. And, you know, Lansing here also has a pretty rich history when it comes to hip-hop culture. Shout out to all the OGs who have paved the way. But, you know, it's important for us to do it here because at the end of the day, it is community building. You know, and what better way than to have fun in the process of doing that. It's, you know, hip hop has saved me multiple times. It gave me something positive and constructive to do when I was a young person trying to figure out who I was and what I meant to the world and what the world meant to me.
Yeah, and I love how you said that it's bringing something positive to you, and you're sharing that with everyone this weekend with Cap City Breaking Jam. Tell me a little bit about this tournament that's going to be happening.
Yeah. So the jam is we're bringing competitors from all over the country, as far as LA, Toronto, Atlanta, Philly, New York, and definitely Michigan, mid-Michigan crew, Midwest crews will all be there. But yeah, last year's jam was a huge success, and we're already excited about how folks are anticipating it this year. Numbers are going to look great. We're working with the Lansing Shuffle. They've been really great hosts. Shout out to them. The food is great. The amenities are amazing. The weather's looking like it's going to be nice, and it's going to be good vibes all weekend.
It's amazing. Well, I'm excited to see all those good vibes. I'm excited to see all the breaking. And speaking of, after the break, I want to talk to you more about how we can get to that breaking jam.